I'm Insane Mike.
And I'm Jason.
And it's time for movie reviews from the Asylum. And we are here today reviewing a classic awesome piece of...
Do you call it a movie? A cinema? Is that what you're trying? I don't know. It's a wonder of nature.
You can fill in the rest. It's your opinion on the rest of that sentence. Zombie Doom.
Boom.
Zombie Doom. This movie is legend in our circle of like the bottom of the barrel in badness.
Yet we feel the need to share it with everyone we ever meet who has never heard of it.
Every time we meet somebody new who likes watching movies like us,
it's really like, hi, I'm Insane Mike. Have you seen Zombie Doom?
No, I'm going to make
Guess
you.
What? We're friends now. Let's go watch this movie.
That's right. This movie, it's originally a German film, made in Germany, by Andreas Sinus.
That's it. Yep.
What's that?
Yep.
Smith. This movie is actually originally called Violent Shit in Germany. Actually, it's Violent Shit Part 3. So it's Part 3 of a trilogy of films called Violent Shit, made by this guy. The greatest film title ever. Violent Shit. Really? It's awesome.
It's cool.
So, originally this film was released in Germany in what year?
1999.
1999, and was picked up for American distribution by on the Shakorama label, which is part of the independent cinema label. So you know the great people who used to do like the Blair Witch Project films.
But here's the thing: they had to have found this movie in a dumpster, right? And then just decided to call it Part 3?
No, I truly believe there is a version of this movie that is entertaining, that is decent.
Is that the one in the original dialogue?
In the original
Maybe.
Germany, maybe. This movie's about like these three guys in white t-shirts that get shipwrecked on this island that is completely run by this like militia cult called the Infantry of Doom. And that's cool. It's kind of like Super Friends with the Legion of Doom. It's very similar. Only this cult is a cult that worships cardboard masks and shields wrapped in tin foil. So, and I swear one of those shields was a Jiffy Pop.
Yeah.
I swear to God it was. And they all worship this guy called the Meister. How do we know that they worship the Meister?
They spend 20 minutes chanting his name.
Yes. And the Meister is supposed to be, according to the research I've done on this movie, the Meister is supposed to be Carl the Butcher, which is the main killer of Violent Shit 1 and 2. Which Violent Shit 1 and 2 are straight up slasher films from everything I've ever read about them. And then this one is like about this like cult that worships a zombified version of Carl the Butcher that they now call the Meister. And then they just randomly slaughter people as part of their cult.
It has to be an afterthought. Let's just call it Carl the Butcher, and then we can tie it to the movie.
They get captured by the cult and tied up to stakes and are forced to watch as they graphically slaughter members of their cult that have kind of fallen from grace. They don't believe in the traitors. Yeah. So they slaughter. They watch as they slaughter people. And then they escape, and then they're on the run. But there's also this like mad scientist doctor with the greatest crepe hair mustache of all time. I've seen junior high school plays that have better mustaches than this guy. And the worst part is there are shots in this movie where they just do like really close-up shots of the doctor's face. And so you could like see that it's a really bad mustache.
Makeup put on a dude.
And his whole thing in this movie is that he's taking these dead bodies of the people they slaughter and turning them into zombies. So that's where the zombie part comes in. So the three guys in white t-shirts, they get away, and they're running through the woods and the swamps and stuff, being chased down by the cult leaders and being attacked by zombies all at the same time. It just really reminds me a lot of like Dr. Butcher MD, where you had the cannibals on one end and the zombies on the other end, until the two meet, and then it's cannibals versus zombies. That doesn't happen in this film, unfortunately. So like we get to about the 50-minute mark of this movie, and all three of our guys in white t-shirts, our protagonists supposedly, are dead. You know, they're all slaughtered now. So then they, what?
Yeah, that's not the best part.
What is the best part, Jason?
Ninjas, can I say that?
Yes, ninjas. There are three, basically renegade ninjas, because isn't there also ninjas all of a sudden out of nowhere that are part of this cult as well?
Yeah, out of nowhere.
So then there's ninjas. And then there's like three ninjas that are also like traitors that fight the other ninjas.
It was just this ninja battle out of nowhere, completely unrelated to anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it totally looks just like they went down to the local karate gym and said, guys, can you be in our movie and do these elaborate but really slow and hokey ninja fight scenes to make up yourself? And
it's almost like they were doing the rehearsal. Okay, we're gonna do this, and it's like this, and then they just decided to film it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're wasting daylight, screw it, just film the rehearsal. So, yeah, so there's three renegade ninjas show up, you know, that have cool ponytails, and they're all about trying to take down this cult and taking their shirts off. That is the two motivations of these three renegade ninjas, of totally destroying the cult and taking down Carl the Butcher, aka the Meister. So, oh, and his crazy son, the Meister's crazy son, which I believe is Mick Foley from the World Wrestling Federation, with melted silly putty on his face. So what is awesome about this movie? What is awesome about this movie, G?
Well, there is awesomeness in this movie, and I think it's definitely the gore, the effects, even though they're not great, they're just super violent and gory and inventive and imaginative and such cool stuff. My favorite, can I say my favorite one?
Totally say your favorite.
So it's during the ninja fight, and then there's a ninja flying through the air, forward, backwards. I can't remember. Maybe it was a super kick.
It was a front kick flying through the air forward, freaking Street Fighter style.
Right, and then so the good renegade ninja puts up his sword like this, and then the guy cuts himself in half flying down through the sword, and it doesn't fall, it holds in the air behind him in half so we can see it, and it is so cool.
It's totally out of like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
It is.
Only bloody.
Oh, there's so much crazy gore for no reason other than gore, and that's cool.
So this movie is like completely over the top. I mean, it literally is like a bunch of like grade schoolers decided to make a movie without a script, and it's
or
like
a camera, or it's the worst quality I've ever seen.
Well, that's another thing. It was obviously shot in two different stock. You know, you had what I'm assuming it was like a VHS quality. You know, and where like the main film was shot with VHS, and then like continual inserts throughout the entire film of what I'm assuming would be Super 8.
Looks like it.
Yeah,
and
really blurry, grainy, slow-mo Super 8 film.
They just insert throughout the movie just for no reason.
A lot of times on the gore shots, like they will insert like slow-mo Super 8 film stock footage of like the gore shots a lot of the times.
But it's not, obviously not done creatively on purpose. It's just like, well, we have this shot, we need to extend this shot of chanting Meister for another 5 minutes, so let's put in this shot here.
So I have a theory. On the whole, the using of two different cameras thing. I have a theory that the Super 8 camera was used for behind the scenes footage. Like they were just, you know, rolling behind the scenes footage, and every time a gore shot would happen, they just happened to focus in on that because that was the coolest thing that was happening on set. And they were shooting a gore shot, and they didn't get it with the VHS camera for whatever reason. The tape ran out, or I don't know. And so like, crap, we can't redo this gore effect of this guy's face getting ripped off by paper clips attached to chains. How are we going to, we just blew our load on this effect, and it's not gonna be in the movie. Oh, but I caught it on the Super 8 camera. Well, we could just insert that and that'll work, right? No. It's two different total film looks. It's not gonna match. What if we decide to take the Docucam and just randomly throughout the film shoot stuff and insert it in the film so it's like an artistic thing?
Yeah. Really what it seems.
Totally. And it's kind of that, only autistic, not artistic.
But there's still another really awesome part of this movie.
What's that, Jason?
It's the overdub.
Oh my god.
That's really what brings you to this movie, because the gore doesn't start right away, but this amazing overdub starts immediately and does not stop being awesome. Tell them why.
So this film was released in 2002 by Alternative Cinema, and released in the States for the very first time. And so obviously, this movie was originally in German, so it gets acquired by this company, and their job is to do an English dub so we can understand what the F is going on. I'm assuming that they didn't bother to put anybody on the dubbing team that actually spoke German at all, and was able to actually translate it or get a copy of the script and have that translated into English. I feel they completely ad-libbed the entire dub, whatever they think the F was going on. And it was had to have been completely ad-libbed, because there's like 3 words that are continually repeated in the whole first half of the movie. 3 words.
It's not overdubbed, so I don't think it's overdubbed by Americans English.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because Americans would not just use these 3 words over and over in places that they definitely don't belong.
They continually say the words piss, fuck, shit, and puke. Those 4 words. 4 words that they continually use over and over again, but poorly.
For verbs, for nouns, for
all
every sentence has adverbs. One of those words in it, if not 2.
Exactly. Full sentences are constructed with all 4 of those words used in it. I mean,
it's amazing.
And we're not. Well, we don't want to sound prudish here. It has nothing to do with excessive use of foul language. We've watched Eddie Murphy movies. We've watched Beverly Hills Cop.
Right.
We've seen.
That's your example.
That's my go-to use of the cursing movie. Beverly Hills Cop. We've seen movies that use excessive cursing and whatever. No, this is just excessive use of cursing done poorly, just really, really bad. I will quote for you now. My favorite line in the whole movie is, "Fuck. I'm so scared right now. I could puke." Oh, another good one.
Yeah.
As they are trapped on the boat, and there's an inner monologue, apparently, I think. An inner monologue that's going on with one of the guys, and his inner monologue is like, "Oh, what are we doing out here? We're just pissing ourselves." That is a line from the movie. I'm not even paraphrasing. That is a physical line from the movie.
I'm gonna piss shit some fuck over here, and
yes,
this is so pissed. I'm puking all over the place.
Puking my piss and it's my fucking shit.
For 90 minutes. It's awesome. Because it's so wrong. Oh.
This movie has to be seen. You have to see this movie. It is horrible, but you have to see it. Why? Because you can't put it into words and what really is going on.
Put it into
here.
4 words.
Like they do in this movie.
Oh.
It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We love it.
And not only that is the translation terrible, but just the dub job itself is horrible. Let me give you an example what the sound actually sounds like. This is what I'm assuming that they did when they recorded it. They were standing in the room, they had their microphone set up, and then they did this.
They were nowhere near the microphone.
Nowhere near. They were in another room, in a room closet, I don't know.
A very boomy, bad, oh.
I still don't think we can put it
No.
into
Doesn't
proper
do it
terms.
justice.
Not at
Yeah.
all. So I think at this point maybe we should do an overdub ourselves at the end of the episode.
Right.
What do you think?
I think we should.
Okay.
And scene?
So check this movie out. You will shit, piss, fuck your pants. Piss and puke and shit, and puke and piss.
And don't forget to puke on your face and shit it out with your puke.
I am Insane Piss, and we will see you again
I'm Puke Face.
at the Asylum.
Puke your shit.
This movie is originally titled Violent Shit 3.
Really? Seriously? 12 years now making movies, filming.